This movie comes to us from the producer, star, and director of the Evil Dead remake. And I'll tell you something, this movie's probably even more disturbing than that was. Don't Breathe stars Jane Levy, Dylan Minnette, and Stephen Lang, the badass general from Avatar. And by the way, Jane Levy was the main girl from Evil Dead, and Dylan Minnette was from Goosebumps, that movie I didn't watch. And in this movie, a group of house burglars break into a blind man's house because they're like, hey, easy target. This guy, for certain reasons, he's got a lot of money stashed in there probably. We can break in. He's a blind old man, and it's in Detroit, the fucking Detroit, man. And it's just this empty, dilapidated street. No one lives here but this old blind man, army vet. And so they're gonna break in, steal his shit, and then things go horribly wrong, get disturbed. This is a horror movie, guys, okay? This one is messed up. And I'm not gonna spoil nothing. This is one of those movies where it's like, just go in knowing so little. All I knew was some people are robbing an old blind man and shit goes bad and turns into a horror movie. I'm like, I wonder what happens. I didn't know it was actually from all the Evil Dead people, which is very exciting to know now. And yeah, this movie's just twisted. And the Evil Dead remake, it's on my shelf somewhere. I'm just grabbing it to hold it up, but yeah. Fucking come here. Yeah. This, I really liked it. I thought it took the original one, which was campy but very enjoyable. And hey, we don't have Bruce Campbell, so it can't be as good. But it was super twisted and disturbing and gross and awesome. It was great. And this movie, even more so. And it's not like, there's two types of horror movies, really. There's the kind that use clever writing, suspense, just disturbing imagery or subject matter, just actual disturbing, horrifying things to make a horror movie. And then there's jump scare movies where it's all about stuff popping up to scare you, and that's what like the dumb teenagers and young kids these days consider horror movies. Is how many times did you go during a movie? How many times did something jump out and scare you? This movie's not like that. This is one of those great psychological, disturbing movies, and I like that for horror movies. Babadook, The Shining, it's better. I'm not worried about stuff popping out and scaring me. I want actual horror, stuff that's just like creepy and is gonna mess with you psychologically. I wanna watch a movie where if I wake up or it's like 1 in the morning and I gotta go upstairs to get some water, I don't want to because I'm scared of what's lurking in the darkness and the shadows. And this movie has all of that. It's creepy. I will say, this movie made me very scared of being alone in a house with a blind man, okay? And he's not Daredevil, he's not Matt Murdock, he's got no sonar sense where it's like, I can kick a bunch of ninjas' asses. No, he's actually like, he's a vulnerable, blind old man, but he's fucking scary. And that's what I like about this movie. It's not super over the top, like, horror movie where this blind man is the ultimate evil, like Jason Voorhees. No, it's just, he's a vulnerable person. They're vulnerable, weak sort of people. Like, the dude's a pussy, actually. Because if you think about it, it's like, this blind man's causing some trouble. Let's fucking hit him over the head and move on with what we're doing. But, like, they're non-violent, and it comes down to selfishness of, like, if we're violent, then if we get caught, we go to jail longer. Let's just, if we get caught, do the least amount of time, so let's not be violent, this and that. It's kind of clever in that way. It's a clever movie, and like, if they gotta work in a sort of cliche of why would you not take off, why would you choose to stay here or this or that, they're clever enough with it where it sort of makes sense for the characters. And what I appreciate is Jane Levy and everyone else, like, they're motivated. You understand why they're doing what they're doing. Well, her and the main dude, there's another dude that's like sort of just a dickhole. But you understand more or less why they're doing what they're doing. You can understand them and feel sorry for them. And then even the blind man, you know, I understand him for the most part. It's pretty fucked up what goes down, but I can understand and I can sympathize with everyone. And so that makes it compelling when you actually care about your characters. That helps, doesn't it? That way, when shit goes bug nuts crazy and disturbing, you feel bad for them and you're not just sitting there watching people get chopped up like a shitty movie. Like, I can watch Saw, and Saw's got disturbing imagery, but you don't give a shit about anyone, so if a guy's spleen's getting, like, pulled out, why do I give a shit? They're all assholes. Fede Alvarez also directed it really well. It's a confined little house. It's a big house, but at the same time, it's super, you feel at times just a little bit claustrophobic and a lot of stumbling around the dark because it's a blind man, so he's not going to have a bunch of LED lights professionally lighting everything. And I like that too. There's some scenes that play in total darkness, and it's like, this is some creepy shit, really well staged, creepy environment and atmosphere. This is a well-made, well put together movie, really well written, interesting story, great little character arcs with conflicts going on where it's like, what you're going through now and the decisions you gotta make aren't easy. Hey, what you gotta go through, your character arc is very interesting, and I appreciate it's a very interesting, good movie. And yeah, I really like Don't Breathe. It was great. The performances, the direction, the atmosphere, the eeriness, the creepiness. It's a disturbing movie. It's a very entertaining movie. It's kind of funny at times too. It's really enjoyable, highly entertaining. I would give Don't Breathe an A-. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, comment below, tell me your thoughts on Don't Breathe if you've seen it. If not, definitely recommend checking it out. Go to the theater. It's gonna be dark, creepy. You're in the darkness like the blind man. It works. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.